let us start. For the most important aspect of hypermesh is on geometry cleanup. So let us open for the geometry page. On the geometry page, we are having in the last column, first row, one important option known as geometry cleanup. Let us click on that one. Now we can see a different options to go for geometry cleanup. Let us go for the simple example first. What exactly the geometry cleanup is. Let us create 2D plane, edit, for the 0, 0 base having a size of 10. Let us create save fit. Let us again change our base in a x direction of a 10. Let us say return and let us create again. We are creating a two surfaces at a base equivalent to its side. Now we can see we are having a common edge which is known as shared edge, which is highlighted in a green color. If we are keeping visual option 2, now we can see this particular green edge is going to share these two different surfaces as a common edge. That's why it is called as shared edge. These red colored edges are free. That's why it is called as free edges. Let us go for the divide option or a split option with the help of auto mesh. Let us press for F12. In a F12 we are having cleanup option. Cleanup in the sense, let us make our geometry neat and clean. Sometimes we are splitting it. Let us go for F8. Say create node at 0, 0 orientation and again one at x distance 10 and let us create it. On geometry page, circle. Let us create a circle on this particular face of a radius of 2.5. Same base, same node. Let us highlight for a base also and let us say create. On this particular node, keeping the same base, let us change the radius to 3 and let us create it. So we are having two different circles. Let us trim it by shift F9. Say trim with a line. This particular surface with the help of this particular line, normal to the surface. Highlight for normal and let us say trim. Next, for this particular surface with the help of this particular line, let us say trim. Now let us check in visual option 3 and let us delete these two entities by pressing F2. Select for surfaces, first delete, second delete. Let us go for shift F2 and let us say clear all. Now we are going to see what exactly the work geometry cleanup is going to do. Now before starting our mesh, we are having a general ideology. We are going to divide our surface to make it simple. So let us divide it. Let us go for F8. On lines, on line we are going to create 9 nodes along this particular surf. Bias intensity 0, let us create it. Let us keep in visual option 2, F8, this line 9, create. On this line 9, again create. Now let us go for F12. We are very well familiar with cleanup. Node to opposite line. Let us say reject. From this particular node to opposite line. From again this node to opposite line and again from this particular node we are going to split it on opposite line. That means we are going to create these surfaces as a separate entities. Now let us go for the option F12 again. Now I need to unsplit these surfaces. I need only this particular two surfaces and I want to join again these two. So I will say unsplit. Let us highlight for unsplit surface. Let us click on that one. It will unsplit that particular region. Again say reject. If I want to convert this particular shared edge into the free edge, I will click on that particularly by right click of your mouse. So let us click and try to convert it as a free edge, or again we can call it as a which is not having any relationship with another surface. One is toggle. Unsplit is the one way we can unsplit it. Otherwise, suppress that particular edge. That means whatever the effect is created by this particular line, we need to suppress that one and make it combined zone for these two. We can unsplit it, otherwise say toggle it. Toggle, click on that line, it will highlight in a purple color. We can see it in a blue color. That means it is a separate edge. Suppressed in the sense it won't consider now these two areas separate. If I am going to mesh these two, it will select both surfaces as a combined surface. If we are going for cleanup, again toggle surface, right click on that one, it will convert as a shared edge. Again right click on a toggle and check it, it is now a free edge. So we can convert a shared edge into free edge into suppressed edge, and again we can convert it in a vice versa manner. First click free to shared, and again one click shared to suppressed. Right click suppressed to shared, and again right click shared to free edge. Now if it is a free edge, if I am going for a mesh, it will separate for this particularly and this particular surface. Clean up, toggle, let us clean, let us make it shared edge. We can check the visual aspects also. If I am suppressing this one, that means this particular effect of that particular shared edge is cancelled. This effect is nullified if it is in purple color. So let us go for visual options. In the visual options we can see the names. Red is assigned for free edge, green is for shared edge, purple color is for suppressed, and yellow is for non-manifold, and again last one is highlighting the fixed point. Let us off the display for suppressed edge because these are not required while meshing. So let us off it and start our meshing. Last one remains over here is a non-manifold edge. Non-manifold in the sense it is nothing but a edge which is going to be created by overlapping of a surface. If suppose let us unsplit for this particular circle, let us unsplit the surface and click on the edge, it will fill the gap. Again click on this one, it's not filling it because this is not in a closed profile. So let us unsplit for the lines first and let us unsplit this. Now let us shift F2 and clear all the nodes. Now if I am going to create again a one surface, 2D, plane, edit, let us keep this particular base with a 10 equal size and let us create it. That means we are creating again a one surface which is coincident on your previous surface. So now we can see the color difference. Reject. Previously this particular line is in a green color. That means it is a shared edge. Edit, base, return and create. Once you are creating an overlapped surface, that particular green line is turned into yellow color. That means it is a non-manifold edge. If we are going for F12, check the visual options. We can see yellow color is applied for non-manifold edges. That means these edges are sharing boundary for more than two surfaces. It's not required. That means we need to clean the geometry and one unnecessary surface is present. So delete that particularly. Now we can see the difference in a wireframe. Keep it in a visual option too. One surface is having an additional overlap surface, another is not having that one. That's why it's having a free edges as a free. But its free edges are converted as a shared edge because of surface to surface overlapping. This particular line was previously a shared edge. Again with the help of overlapped surface, it's converting into yellow and it is now a non-manifold edge. That means there is a geometrical error. So let us delete one layer of a surface and let us use your geometry. That means we need to clear it and then use it. This is what the general ideology we are going to see in a hypermesh. While importing a bigger geometries from another softwares in an IGS format, we can get an error while importing. Surface might be missing, sometimes it might be having overlapped surfaces, sometimes you can go for a gap fillings and all. So this particular procedure is called as geometry cleanup, and this particular is having a separate option on a geometry page, geometry cleanup. So for this particular page How we are going to use this particularly, we are going to see it now. Let us go for edges. Whatever the options we are having in a F12, the same options we are having here. Toggle, replace, suppress and equivalence. We can again say edges and toggle. Toggle for this line, it is converted into suppressed edge. We can see by switching on this one. A purple color line is highlighted. That means we can suppress it. We can convert it back as a shared edge by right clicking on that particularly. We can replace the edges of surface. We can unsuppress those by unsuppressing and click. Otherwise on toggle, right click. Shared will be converted as a free if you are right clicking on that one. If you are first click, free will be converted as shared. Again click, shared will be converted as suppressed. So this is the way we are going to use this particular most important option of geometry cleanup. It is shaded or in a wireframe view. So how to use or how to practically use this particular option of a geometry cleanup, we are going to see it in a next example with the help of applications.